I'm doing my morning routine, so I'm gonna just try to get some puzzles on the side. Oh, right. So this is a muted stream for the most part, so I could just focus on not being late to work. Yeah, enjoy some puzzle. Hey. But first, I gotta put on a video on my TV because that's what I usually do in the morning. But again, muted stream mostly. Well, there's an unskippable advertisement on for a bit. Alright. So much going on. Mm. I would have it not muted, but I like to pretty much get caught up on current events when I do my puzzling time, or at least some kind of video. So, my bad. Okay, that's one puzzle. I am in the middle of my morning routine, so I'm gonna get back on that. Okay, so I'm still morning routining it. All right. The hard part is about with the heat being up and humidity. I'm just so thirsty all the time. That's terrible. Because I don't process like water or foods, whatever, very well. So I keep having to up my water. At least on a Friday I can up my water while I'm at home. I have a little more time to play with, but certain days of the week that's not really the case. But all right, all right. I'm kind of like watching some things, and I don't like worrying about copyright. So while I'm watching the things, this is going to be muted. So back to muting time. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. So much going on. Yikes. Like, where is the stopping point? Is there such a thing? Like, dang. That's the thing about slippery slopes. Especially if you're in a situation where there's no voluntary stopping involved. It's really hard to determine how long it'll take. Wish there was easy fix. Ooh, that does seem like not helpful. Oh, right. Black Nerd Comedy posted a video effectively a day ago called Is It Time to Change? The next phase of my YouTube journey. Real talks. I have a feeling Black Nerd Comedy had a lot of young audience, or at least audience that YouTube's AI think is young. Because they keep thinking video games just for kids, I bet. I'm curious. Video games and cartoons, and even when you look at his thumbnail, all those cool collectibles he's got behind him in toy form. Yeah, hopefully it doesn't go too mature. That'd be a bummer. All right, let me see. I wish I had time to like post links, but I don't. I'm trying to do my morning routine. That means I gotta keep this as simple as possible so I can focus on that. Okay. I'm gonna go back to mute time so I can listen nicely. But if you're interested, I'd show you with my camera, but they don't let me switch cameras while I'm screen sharing. But again, it's called Black Nerd Comedy. That's the channel. And the video is it time to change the next phase of my YouTube journey? Real talk. It's posted roughly a day ago. All right. Oh, that's funny. We have the same year. I mean, I don't really care. I mean, kind of do, but not for the same reason he cares. He was saying just now that he uploaded his first video to YouTube 18 years ago. But he was saying it was part of an audition for Beauty and the Geek. In my case, I'm just boring. So when I uploaded my first thing on YouTube pretty much 18 years ago, getting there soon anyway, probably next year, it was just something for school, because pretty much everything I do is for school, even though I'm not in school anymore. I still end up, I like school stuff. What can I say? It always kept me pretty much. Always had something to do, and stability, structure. Those things were great, especially considering the lack of that in other places. Uh, Oh, I forgot to mention the differences. He's actually knows how to YouTube. Like, he's figured out how to actually make this into his career. Like, this is what he does for his living. And I'm just kind of just having fun, honestly. Whew. Not to say it wouldn't be cool to be able to do something with YouTube that could help with supplementing at least projects I would like to do. Because I got so much stuff I would like to do. But I gotta focus on priorities, and that involves doing my day-to-days. But yeah, good for him. So at least he's already been in a position where he's had to make some changes, I'm sure. It's by the sounds of things, because don't expect. Effectively, it's similar to a Matt Pat thing where he didn't expect it to lead into big things for him. Because that's what happened with Matt Pat. He was just kind of working on stuff that he could add to his resume, so the story goes anyway. Didn't expect it to take off and end up being a thing like it did. Well, I just don't see that being YouTube anymore. I feel like that was YouTube for a while. But I don't know, last 5 years or something like that, that doesn't seem like. Granted, a lot of people within that time span have been able to figure it out. But it does seem to get more challenges thrown in the mix. And just because it might work for some doesn't mean it works for others and or everyone. But I've never really been about trying to put everything in one place anyway. I like to diversify. No eggs in one basket for me. So, I should be quiet and listen to what this dude has to say. Again, this is a video. I'm going to mute it because I don't want to worry about copyright today. At least not this part of today. Also, I kind of get back to my morning routine. I always get distracted and then I'm late and that would not be helpful. So the video goes, but I am pushing my water, so this is kind of part of it. Too hot. It's been too hot. So I gotta up my water, which is a hard thing to do. Because what comes in has gotta come out. Okay. So video is from Black Nerd Comedy. If you're interested in checking out yourself. Black Nerd Comedy, Nerd. And the video is it time to change the next phase of my YouTube journey? Real talk. Or talks, something like that. Very curious how many people are ended up in this. Oh, I mean, technically speaking, the roads were foul. They were talking about, or the roads of something. I think that's what it is. Yeah. They were talking about due to recent algorithm issues, they had to take off the two side shows that they had going, pretty much, on the channel, and now they switched them over to Patreon exclusive sort of thing, but maybe later they'll bring it back. So I got a feeling this is a thing a lot of people are facing, having to make some choices about what exactly they're trying to YouTube. Anyway, muted time. I will say that Matt Pat's kind of prescient because he did retire kind of before everything went. Like, I know technically he went through 2 apocalypses, but I guess there was just something wrong on this one. I was talking some crap about how Matt Pat been retired and like left me too, because I was definitely part of the theorist community. Still kind of am contingently, just not as uh not checking in weekly like I used to, kind of thing. Oh, and then back when GT Live was still live and a thing daily, that was my, I mean, I know it's still a thing, and Ash is cool, and sometimes they do the lives, but these days I'm more interested in trying to do my own lives. I don't know, they called it, and I was talking crap, and then I thought he took the money and ran, but then him and Steph have actually been out trying to hobnob with Congress to try to do stuff to potentially at least make it look like they're doing that for creators. So, hey, at least they're looking like they're making the attempt, and I think that goes a long way. Anyway, back to this video that I'm going to watch, but it's going to be muted because copyright. I don't want to bother with that right now. And again, if you're interested, it's just a nice little snapshot on current events with YouTube. I feel like it's not just Black Nerd Comedy who did this video. I feel like a lot of creators are in this position. And the video is me, no, because I'm not monetized. I don't really have to. That's one of the fun things about when you don't have money invested in something, when you're just kind of just doing things for the fun of it. It can stay fun. Something loud happened. I hope everyone's okay. Uh-oh. It sounds like they stopped the siren right here. So all I can imagine is someone just had a health issue. Oh, I sure hope everyone's okay. But yeah, is it time to change the next phase of my YouTube journey? Real Talks by Black Nerd Comedy. Do check it out on your own time. I'm gonna mute it though, because copyright, no thank you, and oof. I hope everyone's okay. Okay, so I'm watching. So I can hear you can't. Sorry. I don't want to worry about copyright. But if this is Black Nerd Comedy, is it time to change the next phase of my YouTube journey, Real Talks? And he's talking about that part about effectively he would like to try some new things, but he's concerned because play the hits, the idea where somebody is like, hey, this is the thing I like, this is what I want more of. And they might be like, oh, screw you, you messed it up. It's not the same anymore. I'm done, kind of thing. But in my case, it's all it's all just like that. It's like, for those who, it is often that, something's just going on. I did hear a second siren. I don't know if that meant something came or something left. Um, I still got about an hour or more before I have to go anywhere, so it's probably going to, if they haven't already left, they probably will soon. We shouldn't affect anything I have to do. I just hope that whoever got picked up, if anyone got picked up, is okay. Like the best thing is nobody had to be picked up, but the second best, well, sorry, should say the best thing is nobody had to get called. Like it's not usually a fun time that the ambulance gets called over, but the second best is it was something that was they got checked out. The person who may or may not need help from the ambulance, and then they were like, "Oh, actually, you seem fine. Just go into urgent care or whatever." Or, "Oh, it's okay. We'll just document and follow up with your physician," sort of thing. Anyway, yeah. So what I was saying is, yeah, subscribers up and down, up and down, up and down, like all within the same month. So I pretty much net negative, but YouTube's nice. So the algorithm pretty much still considers only like the gain of subscribers, but it's constant back and forward, up and down. Cause no, like the people who actually are subscribed for whatever thing they happen to see and stay subscribed, even though there's a bunch of different things, I really appreciate. That's a rarity. And then those who are kind enough to just check in, even if it's stuff that's not their cup of tea, and still see I'm live and like, hey, what's up? That's awesome. All right, about to mute at time. Just love those unskippable ads. All right. Well, if they're gonna bother me with unskippable ads, then I'm gonna go and do other things. Deal with that later. Stop breaking things. Okay. I still have. I'm way over my water intake for the morning, but I'm also still very thirsty. So, guess I just have to drink more water and hope this all works itself out by the time I have to start work. And or start heading to work. And or that traffic isn't too crazy. Okay. I'm so thirsty. So thirsty. I am not a fan of the heat and the humidity. It gets everything out of balance. It used to be, like, I grew up effectively in Ohio, effectively, because I know there was time I had in California prior to that, but I don't really have that many memories. I'm not saying I have like all the memories ever of Ohio, but it's just a numbers game at that rate since I was there. So I was born in California, and short version, the TLDR is left California when I was like 4. I'm not going into the specifics, not enough time in the day. I'm getting ready for work right now. And then that was so like all of the bits of memory that I had was back like when I was 4, little baby pieces. So I don't recall a lot about that here and there. Here and there, I got a little bit, and I got just a lot more of those little bits of memories from the other places because it was more toward the time in my life where I could remember stuff. Even if it was not well, at least my brain was able to start trying to make the memories. Because when you're too young, memories just don't really happen. That's why it's a bummer when anyone loses a parent when they're still in that stage of things because they literally don't, and I'm saying from personal experience, literally don't know anything. I was an infant when my mom passed away, but even for those children who were like 3, um, they're not going to remember a single memory of their parent. And it's a bummer. I mean, it's some, maybe, some, but the majority. Okay, back to the video. It means, oh, I'm watching just to myself. I don't want to deal with copyright right now. Is it time to change? Oh no, it's not called. I don't want to deal with copyright now. I just don't want to deal with copyright now. The video is called Is It Time to Change? The next phase of my YouTube journey. Real Talks by Black Nerd Comedy. And I'm going to mute. Okay, it's funny because at the 12-minute and 12-minute and 29-second mark, um, Andre, that's his name, he's saying that he's a perfectionist and he's got to have a perfect, like, the editing and it's got to be the right on the right time and everything. Yeah, that's why I don't. It's like, I already know. Like, I already know this. I already know this. And if it's one thing that I learned from grad school computer science is no, like just no. So it's kind of funny because it seems like what effectively Black Nerd Comedy's channel, again named Andre, is discussing is he's going to start trying to do more of the kind of stuff that I've just like been doing for like the last year or so. Getting technically I have been doing this for over a year. I just not necessarily all on YouTube, but pretty much just try things and experiment and just have some fun. But he will probably have a lot better time because he does have a slavish audience, and there's a lot of people that he's been able, even though there are a lot of one hit people who will have hurt feelings if he does try and do different things. He does likely have a lot of people who just enjoy his personality and what he has to offer and what makes him unique and special and different than other YouTubers. So I'm sure there's going to be, like, as far as the ratio goes, I think the ratio of people who will still be there, even including myself, even for the, as you know, in limited capacity as that is, but I'm not unsubscribing or anything. Um, Actually, I'm gonna like this because I appreciate that he is taking this opportunity to try to reevaluate some things. But it's just hilarious though because like all I know how to do is pretty much be on the fly and spontaneous because that's all that really works for me. I would stream nothing. Like similar to what he was saying, I would, if I spent all the time worrying about what the planning and, oh, it's got to be exactly like this, nothing would, I would never put anything. And I know this because I spent a long time not putting anything on here at Becky828 or anywhere on YouTube or any other platforms while I was doing grad school. So I know exactly the feeling and how that would work. And that's what I'm trying to do a little more to just not just poof for a while. Anyway, anyone interested in checking out the video for themselves? This is Black Nerd Comedy. Is it time to change the next phase of my YouTube journey? Real talks. Needed time. I'm sorry, but he's got me rolling because now at the 13-minute, 13-second mark, he's like how it's really hard for him to just be on a video and talk. Like, this is just so out of his element. And I'm like, that's pretty much what I do is 90% of the time is I'm rambling about something. It's like the only common thread that anything I do on Becky828 is me rambling time. And just being live and enjoying the experience for the most part. Actually, yeah, definitely enjoying the experience. It's a fun way to communicate. Oh, all right, back to media time. It's funny though because again, the video is it time to change the next phase of my YouTube journey? Real talk by Black Deer Comedy. So now he's talking about how he spent a lot of time and effort to just make his background good. So that's good enough. And yeah, I could kind of sort of empathize. Like the primary place where I like to do my lives is my living room, and that is definitely the nicest place. Even my boyfriend's commented this in my entire place. I pretty much keep it clean and nice so I can. Would I prefer to have some more things to work with? Yeah. Can I one day? Maybe. But it's like, I have to utilize what I have available. So it's kind of like that map hat thing. It's like when he first got started with game theory and everything, as he likes to say, where basically he had to use the tools that were available. And so how they ended up starting off with the whole um, art form that they ended up with is because that was just the quickest, easiest, affordable option that was available at the time. But you always hear about some of the best recipes start off as because someone had a lack of money and they kind of just had to figure out what to do with the food they had on hand. So, I don't know. That's all to say. I think it's great to go ahead and just do what you got with what you got. And then if you can build on, you can build on. And I'm very happy for Andre over at the YouTube channel Black Nerd Comedy to have been able to do things so well for so long and figure out something just like with Matt Pat and stuff and all that. And I'm glad, I guess, even though I'm annoyed that Matt Pat and stuff stopped the YouTube so much. Well, pretty much, period. Um, I'm glad they've been taking the opportunity to progress as people, and with the latest thing that they were doing in Congress, who knows if it goes anywhere, but at least try and progress with their careers. I don't know if they're going to end up running for that. That'd be interesting. Matt Pat used to always joke about how he'd never go running for president, but maybe Congress is something now in his scope. That would be interesting. I'd definitely get my vote if I was one of the people. I'm not, though. North Carolina is not anywhere close to California, but still. Interesting. Is there another sisters meaner than brothers? Maybe. All right. In case anyone's interested, there's a video called Sisters Meaner Than Brothers. September 18th, 2025, and it's the last show of David Cooper. I don't know about that, but it's an interesting title. I'm not gonna watch that video. I don't have the time. Okay, let me fish off this water, and then I gotta get back to the rest of my. It's way too late to be drinking water, but I can't help it. Something is just off with my usual thing where I can just do a big old like big gulp size, like grande gulp, whatever you call that size water, and be fine. No, not working today. And I'm too poor to keep having to get electrolytes, so. Alright, let me focus. Okay, so I'm looking at Is It Time to Change the next phase of my YouTube journey, Real Talks by Black Nerd Comedy YouTube channel. And he just mentioned how there are a lot of like very super hype production things going on YouTube that effectively equate to like what TV shows and stuff look like. But he also mentioned he thinks that there is still a market for stuff like technically he doesn't like he was just saying how he doesn't really do a lot of his talking kind of YouTube videos like he's doing right now with this one. But that being said, he I think I agree with him. There is still definitely just people who just want to find people effectively. And part of the draw is just having the experience of being able to just talk with people or hear people's ideas, and it doesn't have to be some elaborate thing. That was one of the things I loved about GT Live and why I tuned in it Monday through Friday, was because it was just two people on a couch playing games. And it was just that simple. And frankly, that's what I needed because stuff was already a lot complicated. Not just finances is typical, but also I was just still working on getting the prerequisites done to get in grad school and still working and multiple parts of that, dealing with medical this and that for someone I know. So it was like really, really needed. It kept me kind of going, having that sense of community. So that's part of the reason why I do just pretty much random lives, because I think there's still a place for that. I agree with Andre over at Black Nerd Comedy on that. And a few other things in this video so far. Again, if you're trying to check out this video for yourself, because I'm meeting it, I don't want to worry about copyright. It's called Is It Time to Change? The next phase of my YouTube journey, Real Talks. Again, the channel is Black Nerd Comedy. Okay. Yo, hi Jen's Cooking. Jen's Cooking said, good morning, Becky. I hope you have a great day. Thank you very much. I'm so glad that I caught your chat in real time this time. The other day, I wasn't able to see chat, so I missed it. Thank you so much. I will try my best to have a good day. So far, so good. I'm about to stop drinking water. If I gotta drink more water, it's gonna be when I get to work. But past that, this is a good stopping point for that. Uh, okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to go over all the stuff I gotta do and then some. But also, Jen's Cooking, please also have a great day. That would be good. And also, how have you been doing? Okay, last little bit of water. I don't know why my thirst alert is way off, but probably the heat. Jen's Cooking says, thank you with a heart. All right, you're welcome. Ah, yeah, I got a little bit of dancing in on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. and stuff got busy. So I look forward to doing some more dancing soon. I don't know about today. It kind of just depends on timing and everything and how I feel. I'm trying to be a little bit more attuned to making sure that I can get through things okay. I kind of overdid it a bit there with birthday week, as much as a great, wonderful time that was. The way I see it, I'm just kind of trying to rest up and make sure I'm good for spooky season, which is coming up around the corner. I do plan on doing what I did last year, which is um, every weekend of um, October doing at least Evanescence time, because I do dig some Evanescence time. And then the last week of October, just it's all spooky. Just like I said, I haven't been able to stay up at night to watch your night show, but I've been missing it. And then stay up. Oh yeah, don't. It's all good. Don't worry about it. Like I was saying, you haven't really missed much. I've just been pretty much the days I haven't felt like dancing. I've just been playing random games similar to this. Totally speaking, I'll pretty much do puzzle anytime. It just helps keep me calm. That's not a bad thing, especially with a lot of stuff that's been going down. So much stuff's been going down. Oh, there we go. That one's done. The bigger ones are fun too, but I gotta not be distracted as much. And Jen's Cooking said, pretty. Oof. Alright, on that note, that was a puzzle done, so I gotta use this opportunity to do some morning routine stuff. I do apologize for my poor timing, but I'm also really good at poor timing, so let's just kind of happen. So next is some more restroom time, so I'll be back as soon as I can. And if I miss you, Jen's Cooking, thank you very much for the conversation. And I'm going to try to keep working some daytime things in the mix. It's just some days are easier to do that than others. And I'm trying to be less likely to forget what I need to do, which is get to work and not be late. That's the thing. I've tried to do this in the past, but I often end up getting distracted and making myself late to work. And I'm trying to not do that. Okay. I'll be back as soon as possible. And Jen's Cooking said okay with a heart. Thank you. All right, here we go. Okay, that part's check. Whew. Yeah, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to say it's a lot. But one thing I learned in grad school is I'm so much better at task-oriented ways of structuring my time and not time-oriented ways because, ooh, it's no telling. There's just too much. There's just too much of a, what do you call it? Too much variable. Sometimes I'm on it, sometimes it's the slowest thing ever, and then sometimes at mid. And it's just easier to gauge based on when I actually get the thing done. So, like, just the fact that it is done, not how long it took to be done. So, that part's done. Let's do some kitchen time. Okay. I'm still thirsty, but I have to resist the urge. The great news is I was just at the school I'm going to today. I was literally at last week on a Friday. So I have a pretty good idea of what the typical schedule is. And it's the school I've been to a lot. So I already know what the parking's like and parent stuff, like traffic and all that. That always makes stuff easier to know. One. Okay. Here we go. Okay. So I do breakfast. I make dishes. I reset my water. Okay. Shake. And like all the additional stuff, no. I already know that. Okay, I've reset. Not bad. Okay, that's a check. And that. Oh, good. Since Kate said I'm still here with a smiley face. Awesome. Thank you. Okay. But so my thoughts on what I've seen so far of Andre's video, again, the YouTube channel is Black Nerd Comedy. I am very happy that he's going to try, at least, I'm very happy that he's at least entertaining the idea of trying new things. That's cool. And like you said, he has been trying new things already, just not necessarily with his channel. So I'm glad to see that he's now has come to the realization that maybe, just maybe, you should just go and try stuff with his channel. That's fun. That's what I like to do. Especially here at Becky828, part of the fun is, see, I don't really do dishes very well. Okay, I'll do that one again. But yeah, that's part of the fun, I find. Granted, that's the thing. YouTube now is all about one-trick ponies and niches and stuff, but I'm just not, that's just not my thing. I like diversity and variety and fun, doing different things sometimes. And not feeling like I'm on a treadmill or in a rut or something to that effect. I think that's boring and annoying. Like, I've even had that with jobs before. After a while, I just feel trapped and wanting to get the heck out. Okay, that can go. Okay, reset this one. And frankly, my day is just a bunch of rolling the dice anyway, so. Oh, if anyone's interested, I made it into the Legacy. I made it into the final round of the Legacy, the City Park Legacy 9-hole cup and golf cup. And additionally, I stayed in the prize zone for the quick 9. So, yay. All in all, a great week for Golf Clash for me. I got into the final round of the 18-hole cup back in Q1, but I also made it into the Legacy 9-hole cup and also stayed in the prize zone. So, woo! Great week for golf. Okay. Okay, that can I redo. Okay, next. So, it's always better to do my sandwich before I do dishes, because wet hands and bread. I don't like worrying about mold. Okay. Yeah, I'll probably get to that video later, or not. I don't know. Right now, I'm just on this phase. The kitchen phase. However that works out is however it works out. I'm not going to worry about it. Okay. So, first thing, I still have my piece of fruit left over because I had different fruit options, which was awesome. Okay, so that's still there. So all I gotta do is do the sandwich time. Bread. On the line of thinking about mold, I don't like thinking about mold. So I pretty much, I know that it's about everything to freeze bread, but I'm just, that seems more like a bagel thing, because you put that in the broiler and you get a yummy, yummy, delicious bagel. That's something where heat actually improves the quality of the bagel, in my opinion. But when it comes to just bread, I don't want to do all of that. I need quick and efficient. That's what I need in my mornings, especially on those days where I only have a little bit of time to play with in the morning. So I'd rather just refrigerate. It's not foolproof. There was an occasion where I looked at the bread and was like, how the heck? But at least you get more time than you would if you just left it out at room temperature. Okay, so I have two. This might be the end of this, but I have 2 full loaves hanging out in my fridge. Yes, it's not good for the space, but also I've done worse. I gotta say, I have done worse with what I end up leaving in putting in the fridge and leaving in the fridge. All in all, I think I learned a lot of better ways to do things. Huh. This is a random. I'm just gonna put all 3 in there. I'm not even gonna worry about that. That was perfect timing though, because that means I can start off on the new loaf. On if I don't, usually I don't typically need bread during the weekend, but it's possible. But either way, expected to be able to start off on Monday. It's always nice to keep in my experience with the lack of fundings I have. I find bread bags, very helpful for storing all kinds of things, including cookies that you opened and they don't quite seem like they're going to close the right way, or chips or any other carb item. So I learned the hard way. Don't bring peanuts stuff, even if it's not something you're expecting to have with you. Sun butter all the way for birthday lunches. I mean, if there's other options, there's other options, but like baseline, if we're doing some form of spread, sun butter. Whew. Hey, I happen to really enjoy sunflower, so works for me. All right. Thankfully, this is a bit liquid at top, and you just mix it in. So far, this is one of the best bottles of sun butter. I'm not even joking. I got like 4 bottles that have just a little bit of sun butter still in it. And I'm like, at least 4. That I don't know what to do with. I don't want to just throw it out because I don't like wasting food. But I haven't figured out a good way to. I mean, I know they exist. It's definitely Googleable. I've Googled it before. Just maybe I'll be alive trying to figure out what to do with that. Not today though. Right now I'm getting for work time. Best case, I'm hoping, since this is a weekend where I don't have to go and do a job, I'm hoping to get some computer science time in this weekend. That would be super. I, yet again, have been itching for some coding and I haven't done it yet. And that is a bummer. Because for basically 10 years, it's been coding something or other. And I am missing it. Okay. Whoa-wee. So I do have peanut butter, but that's more of a weekend option when I don't have to worry about. If I do have a nut allergy, then oh well, you know, that happens. But I'm an adult and I can make my own decisions. But I'm not trying to do anything that will potentially compromise the health and safety of anyone else. I feel like that should be easy and popular way of doing things. It's weird that it's not for a lot of people. Oh, right. That's there, that's done. Next. Have I been missing things that involve chats or no? No. Okay. Okay, next. Okay. And wash my hands. Boo-boo. Okay. Next. Try a little bit. Okay. I like to kick it in my car to eat, typically. So I got a lunchbox with some ice packs. Usually I trade them out, like I put them in the night before, but I've been a little lazy. But yeah, it's something I picked up when I was doing door dashing. Try to keep those milkshakes cool and all that. Back when I used to do Lyft driving, I tried the ice method, but I ended up, it was back one summer, I was trying it out. I was trying to get a summer bonus for driving. For driving a certain number of rides, whatever. I didn't quite work out like at all, because if I got too hot, I was like, nah, I'm not doing. If I got too irritated, nah, I'm not doing this. So that didn't quite work. But I did manage to flood my trunk, no joke, because the ice had melted and somehow gotten out of the cooler that I had, which was one of those like styrofoam coolers from 7-Eleven, and flooded my trunk. So that on that particular day, I had to stop everything I was doing for trying to Lyft drive and unflood my trunk. Like, so effectively get some kind of water carrying container and throw it out. So ice bags are definitely the way to go compared to that. But I do, the best buys that I've made are the things that I got for some reason, but then I've been able to figure out ways to continue to use them. Like the ice packs, or like my water boiler, which there was just a very bad thing going on with water during the time, and they were like, oh, you're under boil water warnings. And I'm like, I'm not trying to microwave. Let me get this. So and then it was perfect for that, but it's also been super helpful since. Is this one of those times where I think I'm talking and you can hear me, but I muted myself? No. Okay, cool. Okay, so water looks like it's good to go. Lunch is ready. I ate snack. Okay. So work snacks, I really like my Nutri-Grain bar and fruit snacks, not necessarily at the same time sometimes, but usually the goal is start off with one of these, if you, like a couple hours later get one of these, and only use this if I really, really need to. I just recently started doing this. I have a bag. Anything I need for the day, I just stick in that bag, aside from my keys. And then that way I can divvy out later at more opportune time. Okay, So that's unplugged. That's reset. Okay, so I'm gonna go take a little break and then I'll knock out these dishes. That sounds like a plan. Okay. Dishes. All right, let's see. All right. First up, before I have a chance to forget, that's pretty much my life. That addendum. Before I have a chance to forget, I gotta set up my in-car water. Okay. I've been trying to come up with a system for a year and a half, if not longer. I kind of like this. Having a cup of water, having a lid on it, having a straw, having a bendable straw just in case. I think that's a fun time. Like, I have some metal straws, but I'm kind of OCD, wherein I'm like, oh, if I have a metal straw in my car and there's an accident, ooh, that's gonna be hazard. Oh no, let's not. I need something bendable just in case. That would not good. Oh, it's nice having multiple lid options so I don't have to run down the lid. I like that. Alright. I gotta change out this filter. I don't think it's doing it anymore. It's probably better than if it wasn't on, but I don't think it's quite right. Alright, more water time. Now that should be it for. Okay, there might be a little more to add. It's a weird balance because that thing leaks if you overfill it. I think that's a good place. Because even the there's a line that's specified where you're not the fill line effectively, but even that might leave leaking. Filling it to that point, I don't know. If something ends up in my radius, it usually ends up. It's like the aisle of misfit toys sort of principle. The like everything. Eventually something either start off not quite it or it gets there. I don't know how that goes like that. It just happens. Okay, I didn't eat myself. I mean, I did, but I'm not eating. Okay, great. That was fun starting grad school in the middle of a lockdown and having to Zoom in for a year. That was definitely an interesting experience. Kind of prepared me for this. I mean, I have been doing some things on my YouTube before grad school, but I was a lot more interested in just trying to talk about something, do a thing, and not necessarily have the social element involved, because typically people weren't checking things out, so it's easy to lose the social element when nobody's there to socialize with. So I've been very blessed, especially for people like Jen's Cooking, to just come on in and check in as she can. That's awesome. Yeah, even if grad school didn't result in, well, at least has not yet resulted in what I was expecting, still worth it. Glad I went. I learned a lot. Not necessarily just about computer science. I guess that's a philosopher in me. We're also struggling to find some meaning. So I shouldn't be too upset if education gets tweaked. Because ultimately it's about what meaning can you put into a thing, not worrying about other people's definitions and or definitions. And yes, I did just drop some computer science words. I'm so weird. I swear, things just be breaking my brain. Everything is code. Everything is now a thing that I can code. Or a process that I can think of as if it was code. Every problem is now something solvable based on 10 years. That's so funny. I just got over that math anxiety. That was not fun. To this day and forever, amen. I am swearing by Khan Academy because it made all the difference in getting me over that. Okay. Almost out. It's just time. Yeah. Such a bummer. Alrighty. I like to keep a cup handy, especially with this broken sink, to use to put some water in so I can more quickly rinse the sink out. But even when it wasn't broken, it's like, it's the weirdest thing. It's like I don't know why people think this makes a good kitchen sink. Like, I don't know where the manufacturer made it like this, because it's like a spritz out thing. But when you're trying to like get some serious rinsing in, or I can imagine this being like awfully bad with pots and pans. Like, if I don't really do that on a regular basis, but if I did, I feel like that'd be a total headache, because it's just not really enough water pressure going on. It's just too delicate. Like, I wish it was like a shower setting where you could actually like change how delicate it is for the job that you need. But the vast majority of stuff I need to do as far as the cleanup after dishes time, it's not helpful for it. But like I said, a nice cup helps. It took me a while to think of that one, but now that I've thought of it, oh, very helpful. Oh, and I am planning on, as soon as I can, as soon as I have the money. Right now I'm working on paying back some buy now, pay later, so I had to get over the summer to make do. So sometime past then, I'll go get, hopefully the tariffs don't make it too pricey. That's pretty much the same thing for a lot of things, so. Oh, but yeah, hopefully I will be able to get it, and then I'll replace it on stream, because I did have the experience where I used to live of trading out the faucet in my bathroom. So it should be vastly different. Okay, so just a little more. That rooster's on it today. He'd be off sometimes. A little too early usually. One's a little too late. I'm sure that happens a lot, but I'm not usually around here that part. But it was like, this sun's been up for like 2 hours. So what are you crying for? What happened? Did you have a hard night last night, Mr. Rooster? Did someone take a blanket off of you or something now? Did you not realize? Oh. Okay, so it's so messy. I'm so messy, but I don't have time. That's my main thing. I can only do what I can do in the time I have. I'm slow enough just trying to do this part. All right. So, awkward. I want to put a pin on things, but I'm also like, ew. Let's see if this, I try to use this as sparingly as possible, but this might be helpful for this. I mean, that was before terror, so I was trying, now I'm like, ooh, do I really, really, really want to use that right now? But yeah, because I think that it's going to be able to get some of this cruddy crap up that I'm tired of looking at. Yeah. That rooster knows exactly what he knows. Oh yeah. I swear, if you ever need a boost in confidence, just think about a rooster. They definitely got the confidence. Oh boy. Just blurting it out. Just the whole world gotta know. That thing's out again. That thing is out again. That thing's out again. You need to know. You need to know. You know you need to know. That thing's out again. Hello. Okay. That's better. At least that's what I have to tell myself right now. But it is better in a lot of places. A lot of places still not quite, but I don't know, forever. 619, kind of. Not really, though. A few minutes off. Oh, let me do this. Something's been off with... Try to rinse this off. Okay. Door opening. Looks like good. And then... Okay, great. Yeah. What Andre was saying about being perfectionist. Yeah. Not YouTube, though. Not just. It's everything. This is why I'm like, I don't know. Good enough, good enough. Or what I learned in computer science. Best effort, best effort. That's all I can really do. Best effort. And that's the algorithm you gotta do, pretty much. That's the solution you gotta do because there's just no time to actually do the beautiful, wonderful, great, awesome thing that would totally solve that thing. No time, no time. Efficiency. That's the goal. Oh, okay. Here we go. Bathroom time. I already did the stuff that I can't do on camera. Okay. Alright, bathroom time. Okay, Jen's Cooking said, alright, I'm off. Have a wonderful day. I'll catch you later. Thank you, Jen's Cooking. Appreciate you being here for a bit. Please also have a wonderful day. Thank you. Okay. Sorry, not a bunch of fun activities right now because I gotta get ready for work. Because that's my life. I gotta get ready for work. Yeah. Hope this has been charging, sort of. Well, it's better than not at all. Okay, next up. I'll just go the usual order. Sorry, random hair. Let me try and get that. I usually don't see them, but when I do, I'm like, maybe I should not. No. Into that. Next. Flosser. Awesome. Love it. For this part, because I just don't know how to hold regular floss very well. But also, the pick action is great for getting all those just by the gum parts. See, I can feel it. I'm just so hot. Like, I don't usually run hot. My husband is a thirst. I just don't know why I'm running so hot, though. Okay, back to it. Okay, so kitchen is a check. And step 103 is a check. Kind of. Hold on. I seriously messed up my gums, and I don't think they're going to bounce back. So now I get the occasional secondary going, why is you not like that? That's great. Okay, next. Mouthwash. Equate, because bad times. But I gotta say, I had the Equate toothpaste, but I am looking forward to getting back on Sensodyne. I got 2-pack from Amazon back when I was having to try to refill a lot of my bathroom essentials, and it was really great to just have the opportunity to get back to Sensodyne. This is not my preferred mouthwash, but that's what I can afford. So, here you go. I used to work after school as a long-term sub, and I thought it was pretty cool how the person who ran the program at the school would just take her big old bottles of sanitizer and fill the little bottles of sanitizer. I'm like, ooh! So I started doing that, and pretty much with this other stuff too, like even stuff that shouldn't technically be refills. To go, that works. All right, so that's step 2 or 3. Let's get that third step out the way. Let's get louder. Whew. Sorry, I don't have time to like figure out the best angles because I'm getting ready for work. So, sorry, happy camper. Let's all just be happy camper. Yeah. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah. All right, that's a check. I love this thing because it keeps me on my P's and Q's. Because, ooh, I'd just be a wanderer when I was used to brush my teeth just with a regular toothbrush, just all around getting in this, getting that, taking 3 or 4 or 5 times longer than I should have. So this helps me stay on it. Oh, in case you're not sure, that's a Black Series by, who's that now? Aquasonic is available on Amazon. I don't have any links or anything because I couldn't make it. Well, I couldn't stay in their affiliate program. To stay in Amazon's affiliate program, you have to have gotten a certain number of sales within a certain period of time, and I could not. So that's not new. I'm not really good at selling things. That's not new. I'm more about informing people of things. And even that sometimes is, because I'm only as good as the person thinks I am, pretty much. So if they're like, hey, this lady, there's nothing she could say that could interest me, they're right. Okay. Okay. Face 1 check. Moisturize. FaceTime. Cetaphil for the cleansing. Aveeno for the moisturizing face time. Got a little SPF protection, especially the fact I wear masks. I don't like that two-tone stuff going on. Burt's Bees, I don't wear them all the time outside, but sometimes I do. And that was not a good look. Having two-tone face time is no. Okay, a little bit of SPF on this too. I really do need to incorporate that as soon as I can, though. Having SPF just in general, I used to be a lot, like years ago, I used to be a lot better at making sure that I stayed, at least in the parts of me that was out exposed to the sun. But, you know, money and time, you know, you run out of those two things, and it's a lot harder to maintain good habits that involve those things. Again, money and time. Okay, next. My hair is looking kind of ratchet, not gonna lie. Gotta do something about it. I'm going to do a slight modification to my usual procedure. I think you guys had enough time, those who have been interested, even in a little bit, of seeing my happy camper. So, we'll just sit down nice. Try to figure this out. Oh, alright, hot mess. Let me try to finish the week with a little less, This was all locked away for a while, but I eventually just got a knot. Okay. So, I gotta figure out how to, again, best effort. What is the cutest without taking the longest? Also, this is charging. Yes. Okay, good. Wow, they're up early. Talking to it. I can see it being a phone call. Someone's out, like I've done that myself. Somebody's outside because other people are asleep. They really want to talk to somebody early in the morning. Which, depending on where they're calling to, is also early in the morning for the other person, or it could be later in the day for them, depending on what the time zone situation is. Oh yeah. All right, that's one. So I just got a nice little spray bottle. I got a nice Paul Mitchell detailing comb. I got a spoon comb and a spoon brush. Let's see if we can tie this up without it taking forever because I don't have forever. I have things to do them while I'm going to work. Alright. Okay, here we go. Oh, I was like, that's all the big ones. I got one more though. Okay, so I'll do this and I'll go do a quick check. Okay, I got a small one. Did I just take everything out? Yes. Oh, okay. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, that is everything. Fine. Wasn't what I was trying to do, but, you know, it's probably what the problem was. Everything got loosened in it. Okay. So, first choice is, do I try to keep the part? Okay, quickest thing to do is, yes, keep the part as is so there's less having to redo. Next. Spray, spray. Spray, spray, spray. Spray, spray, spray. Woo! Right in my face. Ugh. Ooh, that's kind of nice. Ah, I'm getting misted. Ooh! I never thought of doing that before. Okay. Right now, I'm so hot. Oh, I'm not looking forward to. If I'm having this much trouble, which is feeling a little hotter than usual, I do not want to experience hot flashes. Oh boy. That's come around the corner though. Yikes. Yikes. Okay. Well, 41. Boo. Old Maid was just a game. That was a fun thing to card game to play as a little girl. And now I'm going to be one. Very likely. Oh. Okay. So. Okay, different voice. Fun. Okay. Okay, next step. I wasn't planning on taking everything out, but since it's out, it'll be tailored time. The way I should, that's a good thing. Oof. Okay. Lock and load. Oh. Okay. Great. Then. Woo. Okay then. Boo-boo. Okay, that's good. Next. Get in some mixed Chicks deep conditioner. Yeah. Okay, so bodies check. Before that, meds check, bodies check, teeth check, face check. Just closing down here, and then that's gonna be it for all the big parts and parts I can do. I mean, body I couldn't do camera, but the rest of it's camera. So, kitchen is done. Ooh. Oh, what's the time? Okay, not bad. Okay, smoothing out. Smooth out with the smooth comb. Smooth, smooth, smooth. Very smooth. And yes, I do have half weight one way and half weight another way. And yes, I did chicken out on this side. This was much shorter back when I cut it during a live about a month ago, a month and a half, 2 months, something like that. So it's grown out, thankfully. And at least now it's reached a length where I can do some kind of ponying. Hair everywhere. Yay, okay. All right, a little bit more water. It's a shame that the pretty hair color that I have usually means my hair's too dry. And not moisturized enough. Kind of wish I could keep the pretty color and it be moisturized. That'd be like super. But I don't know how to do that yet. Okay. So, in the future, if I ever get the kind of money and time, that's always down to go. I would love to do at least one beauty live where I get to dye my hair time. That'd be fun. But probably before that, I should do a moisturizing treatment. That could be good because, my hair could use some moisture. Even with the added moisture from this, it's just everything gets rubbed off at night with my nightcap. And then if it didn't, then it would get rubbed off with my pillowcases. So, kind of hard to keep moisture when it gets rubbed off every night, even with reapplying. Thankfully, I have more of this, and I'll be getting more sooner than later because paychecks are a thing again. Yay! Hopefully that'll continue. Haha, last 2 years have been kind of rough. Hopefully this year is back on a good place, in a good place. Okay. Just a little bit more of this. And then it'll be gel time. G-E-L. Gel. Okay. Sanity check. Okay, that's doing great. Way less clumpy. Love it. Okay. There's some flaky parts left over from previous products, so I'm hoping water on those parts will provide some kind of resurgence. Sprayed my eye. Oh, why I'm doing it? Okay. Yeah, I can identify with Stephanie Patrick's fear of eye things. I share that, yes. But it's like, I don't know. I just feel like losing my vision would make everything else incredibly harder. And the reason that's the thing I think of is that's how my aunt was just from the get-go, from when we moved in with her, is her vision was already messed the heck up due to her diabetes. So I've had a lot of time to think about, ooh, that sucks. But additionally, after you start having at least one amputation, then the idea got in my head, wow, let me practice using both my hands just in case I ever am in a situation where I only have one. Okay. So far, God's been good. I got both hands. And I haven't lost anything else yet. Okay. Tied up time. That's the thing. I think people who have a lack of empathy, they think, oh, it's been good. Things are good. They're going to stay good. That's not necessarily the case. But I guess some people, they're in that position because they're doing what they can to fix it, so they can stay good for as long as they can. All right, what are we doing today? Okay, that kind of seems fun, but I don't know if it'll lock in though. I'll try it. Okay, let's try like that. Maybe that'll do it. Okay. Kind of lost track. I was hoping to go for 3, but I didn't. Was not flexible for that. So let's see if this helps any. Okay. Okay. Not too bad. Hopefully it hangs out for a while. Honestly, it took a while before I started falling out. Like, little side would fall out, but the vast majority was staying up. And I was really appreciative of that. Because sometimes it's nice to take a little break from just having random pain time. Okay. Alright, cool. Time check. Ooh, 45. Okay. If this was my usual starting time, I'd be a little worried, but thankfully I got some. It's a later sort of start, so I got a bit more time to get to where I need to go. Which means I got a bit more time to do this. Okay. Let's see. Okay, trying to lock this in as much as I can. There's a lot of factors that play with putting on, taking off my glasses as I need to, and same thing with the mask. So it's never like 100, but it doesn't have to be. Oh, and that's Mixed Chicks gel also. I've done some lives about Mixed Chicks previously, but also some just video series. If you look farther back in the history of Becky828, you'll find them. Okay. So I don't really have time to get super into detail. I just can say, ooh, Mixed Chicks is great. Love it. That was one of the hardest things. I had to start doing my own hair when I was like 8. And that was really hard. And I never seemed to figure out the kind of stuff that got things looking nice, even for a little bit, until I came across Mixed Chicks sometime in my teenage years. So now I'm always talking about how great Mixed Chicks is, because it really did. MIXED, mixed, and then chicks, CHICKS. Mixed Chicks. But yeah, it did make a world of difference. So I like tell people about good things I know about. That qualifies. Okay. I gotta do another break. I don't have a choice. Whew. Be back. All right. Next phase. Okay, step 1. Okay, that's charging more. Okay, tidy it up. Oh, going on now. Okay. Okay, that's a check. I don't have like all the time ever to fix my bed, so I'm gonna just leave the main covers alone and just have a blanket on top. I also historically just don't have the money or time for the laundry, care for the blankets, etc., sheets, etc. Okay, put these guys away where they're supposed to go. I got a baseline for tightness I gotta do during this time. Even if I can't finish the whole thing for lack of time, I gotta get it started. Oh, because if I fall off good habit train, it's really easy to get back on bad habit train, just letting things pile up, and I don't need to do all that. Okay, so today I will wear, okay, I found like my letters, my Foxy, or Fox, my Fox shirt. That's fun. Gotta get a nice undershirt that works for underneath that. Okay, that would do. That would work great for underneath that. Actually, they're both kind of on the light side, so I kind of need it a little less see-through, just in case. Don't need to be giving people the wrong impression. Especially if it's a school that I already enjoy going to. I don't want to give them any reason to change their mind as to me being a good fit at their school. Nope, not me. No. All right, here we go. Okay. The black one or the brown one? It's probably the brown one. I guess it doesn't particularly matter, but I just like to keep things. That's the brown one. Okay. Okay, I'll go blue, and that way I can go blue, but that'll be fine. Or did I just do? I just did. Okay, I don't have time for this. Okay, so I'd say I could go gray. Gray would be good. Okay, gray pants, Foxy shirt. Fox shirt. I keep having FNAF on the brain. I got that shirt way before. I think if it wasn't a thing, it was about to be a thing. But either way, okay, hold on. Let's take a shirt for this. Is that black? Okay, I found black. Okay, I'll stick with. Hold on. Did I already do that? Probably. Let's assume I already did it that way. Okay. So, is this black or brown? Okay, now I'm just confused. There was some watercolor paint in a classroom like that. Though it looked black, when you used it, it kind of looked brown. Now I have this problem with my shirt. Okay, I don't have all day. Okay. I will wear whatever this is. That's what I will do. Okay, great. That's settled. Okay, switch over to that one again. That sounds fun. Okay. Then again. Nah. I swear, I'm still trying to decide what the best policy is for laundry. Like, there's a certain amount of upkeep I do, so I can get, unless it's like very bad, something very bad happened, I try to get a few wears out of stuff that makes sense. But that means it requires upkeep to make sure it stays wearable. for instance, don't let a wet shirt just be clumped up and hang it out somewhere. You gotta hang it up nicely next to an open window and let that thing dry on out. Because otherwise, bacteria and such decide this looks like a tasty treat. Then you got the stinks going on when you shouldn't have them. Now, it's automatically just stinky. Of course, you want to put that in your laundry basket right away. But I'm talking about for those things that aren't that could get some additional, at least one additional use. All right. Nice brown shirt, whatever it is. I'm wearing it today. Okay. Oh, I did my face. Okay. I like to get my glasses on just ASAP, so, because sometimes I forget to do that, and that's not helpful. Okay, has my phone still been charging since I moved locations? Potentially. Okay, then. Alright, so that's that part. Okay. All right, next. 7 o'clock. Okay. That's where having timers come in handy. My lights went out, and I'm not the reason why they went out. So that means it's 7 a.m. or after 7 a.m. Alrighty. Walking over here. Nothing to see here, nothing to see here. Okay. Okay, keys. Okay, that's a check. So I'm almost ready to close things out with my morning routine. And soon after with the stream. We got 7 o'clock means, ooh, all right, bro. Drop the pain. All right, just got one more thing I have to do. Because I have a pretty good streak going of not having to have any surgeries, apparently. I thought the one thing was the surgery, but I guess, technically speaking, it was just a procedure. Okay. Whew. There we go. I mean, I've had oral surgeries. Alright, next up. Got to put on my braces. Time. So thirsty. But that's why I have car water. I gotta wait till it's a little more opportune time because I don't need to get stuck in a feedback loop. I just finally got to a point where I feel comfy being able to drive for a while without having to try to figure out where a restroom is. I thank you for that. Super yay. Oh yeah, that's step 1. Step 2, to try to keep that from getting opened up, put this on. It doesn't work as an ankle brace, but it does work great as a brace cover. It used to work as an ankle brace, but it's all stretched out for some reason, or it's probably a little both. It could be that it got stretched out, or it could be that I just got smaller. I know I got smaller, so it's probably both. I got smaller, and I don't take care of stuff like at all. Well, not for lack of trying, I'm just bad at it. Okay, and I gotta wrap that up because I don't got money for a brace. It's funny what you learn from places if you pay attention and are willing to give it a try. Last year, I saw them doing this instead of a different kind of medical thing, and I'm like, oh, that actually worked. Oh, let me try that. And it's been working great. Okay, wrapping up. Oof, quite literally, but also figuratively, because this is pretty much the last thing I do before I go. I'm not muted, am I? I'm not. Okay, cool. Alright, finishing up the wrap. The wrap with the W. I love making poems, but I don't really have the flow. So if I were to do rapping, that would be some, when I have more time to do such things. So I could practice getting it right. Because that's one of those things where I couldn't just half A it. It would mess me up to try and half A it. I would not feel good about that. Also, I don't feel like getting clowned. So, that part of the reason I wouldn't feel good about that. Alright, let's see. Kind of left myself with no good ways to, so I'll just go one under. The idea of the wraparound is to be able to put it in, what the hey? I really didn't leave myself many good options. Gee. This is a bad time to have to redo this, but okay. Let me see if I could just do enough where it makes a little more sense for what I need. Okay, I'll leave that out. Maybe that'll help. Whew. Okay. Okay, yeah, that helped. Now I got a thing I can tie with. Okay, tie, tuck, whatever is extra. not bad. And then cover, and then put that last sock on, and then I gotta do one last bathroom thing, and then it's hustle time. Let's go. So late. Be so slow, whether I'm streaming or not. But oh, technically, this was one of my better morning live streams. Staying not distracted, and I'll actually remember. Oh yeah, I got a bathroom thing and stuff. Morning routine. Definitely not the most engaging. I'll probably get like 20 minutes of watch hours. But we're getting mighty close to October. And when we hit October 27th, stuff is going to start falling off. So, gotta do what I can to try to get the watch hours. Even if it doesn't make any sense to, it's still an accomplishment. Even if nothing else makes sense about it, it's still something I managed to do, which would be cool. I like milestones. That was one of the fun things about being in school for so long, is there is a milestone to look forward to. Alright, next. I need this part. Bag this up. This part stays here. I don't like worrying about losing things I need on the rug. That's called no thank you. Alright. Got my keys on me. Alright, I got step away time. Okay. Okay, I got a mute time. Hopefully I remember to unmute. Okay then. Alright, one. Light off. Everything else is already good. Two. I don't think I need that part. I don't think I need that today. So it's nice to have space. Alright. My liquids. Okay. Alright. Sorry, car is loud. It's loud in a bit. Okay, last puzzle. Great. I just gotta get daily puzzle and I can get that. And shortly after this, I'm gonna go and put on the live so I can go to work. Yay. I do love my job. Was hoping to have me than I have been. Huh? Okay. But I like how Markiplier does things. Able to go out and do things, but still develop a community that, of which I'm a part of. That but nothing was ever just meant to be just one thing all the time. And it's kind of selfish for people to be expecting that, or algorithms. Like authenticity used to mean something. Like it basically, what you used to get on TV was variety. The popular stuff used to be the network, because the network had the ABCs and NBCs that used to have the best mix of things throughout the day, throughout the week. Some things didn't go as well as others, but there was still the option of trying things out. Yes, it was very limited, but at least they tried to be variety. But then you start having stuff like a VH1, and it's only just music, and MTV, and it's only just the music. And then so many freaking reality TV whatevers now, and that's all they really do. Or HGH is all it really is. Hello, Renardina. Not much, just getting ready to go to work. But it's like, it's annoying that YouTube is more like, I wish YouTube was like it used to be, more like the network TV, where variety was not frowned upon. Oh well. Alright, one last puzzle, I got it. Then I gotta go to work, just by myself though. The stream will be ending shortly after I finish this puzzle. How are you doing, Renardina? Ooh. I am planning on not having to work this weekend, so I'm hoping to have enough energy to do a late gaming stream session tonight. And Rarity said better than I should yourself. Pretty good actually, and I'm glad you're doing well. Sorry, order was wrong on that one, but still. Alright. This is one of the best morning lives I've done. I actually managed to do my whole morning routine and pretty much stay on track the whole time. Probably gonna get like, I'd be surprised if it's an hour of watch time. Oop. Hello. Nightbot. Yeah. Oof. Yeah, it's Friday. Let's go. I'm looking forward to ice cream just like every week. Yay. It's funny though about the TYT. Wednesday they have a song they play that goes ice cream. Every time I hear that when I am watching TNT, which isn't very often these days, I'm too busy. But I'll be like, oh yeah, maybe that's your day, but my day is Friday. See, when pandemic happened, I had a lot more time for such things. But I haven't had time in a while. started happening, I guess, would be more accurate, but whatever. I'm just hoping, fingers crossed, that I will feel in a computer sciencey mood this weekend. That would be awesome sauce. I'm not a puzzle piece, silly. That'd be a very strange puzzle for moving my camera being the solution. Or I should say the image that is getting sent from my camera and being transferred to the live. Okay, that's occurring on the YouTube app. Something like that. Okay. Well, hopefully you have a great day and are less bored than those days when you get bored. Part-time. That would be cool. I would love to do some part-time employment during coding time. I don't really feel like full-time. I love coding, and I kind of want to stay that way. If I get forced to do stuff, sometimes I fall out of love with something, and that's a bummer. That's why I was like, I'd rather not be a professional writer because I love writing very much. And I don't want to ever reach the point in my life where I don't anymore. Almost done. I don't have any time to wind down the chat, so if you want to say bye, this is a good time. I gotta get to driving. I don't think I'll be late. Depends on traffic, of course. Hopefully it's Friday light. Still though. Ooh, kind of close. Alright, last piece. Okay, sounds like I'm just talking to myself. That happens. Alright then, I have to go. Thank you so much. Bernardina, thank you, Jen's Cooking. Thank you to anyone who I may have missed. Thank you to anyone who might check this out in the future. Stranger things have happened. And whenever, wherever, however, whatever. Just make the most of it. That's the most important part. I'll try to catch you guys later today doing something I don't know. See, it depends on when I get home and how I feel and all that. Alright then. Bye-bye.